Hey there, so we are doing a home inspection and our client has requested a radon test. So we are doing that here in the den of the basement. We're using a Corinthium Pro. This is a calibrated device. We are following AARST testing protocols, so we have to use a calibrated device, and this device will be here for at least 48 hours. So any suggestions we have regarding radon, it's going to be based on testing from this device. Now, I like to use EcoSense trackers, eco trackers. I like to use these. What these do, these monitors read more of a granular, get more of a granular look at radon levels. That device in the den is taking a reading every hour. These devices are taking a reading every 5 minutes. Now, I'm not going to base any sort of suggestion regarding mitigation on these devices. These just help us get a better understanding of radon levels, where they're more prevalent in the home. And as you see, I've got 4 of these monitors posted around. We'll get to see the difference in radon levels in this corner versus in other areas of the home. This monitor currently is reading 2.54. I've been watching these. We've been here for a couple of hours. That one has stayed in that same range. I've got another in a bedroom over there. I'm going to take you to this one. It's in another mechanical room. This device, pretty close by to the other one. This one's reading 2.51. So again, pretty equivalent to what we had just on the other side of that wall. I'm going to go to the third one. I'm going to show you this as well. So our third one is in this bedroom. We've got a 2.24. And then we're going to run over to our last one. While I'm running to the last one, I want to show you this on the phone. I've got a device list. This is hooking up via Bluetooth to those monitors. And it shows me each monitor. I've got one monitor currently that's reading a little high. Now this one, I've been watching this one, and this is our high one. I'm about to show it to you here. This one's currently reading at 3.62, which is not terribly high, but it's getting into the consideration range. But if you notice that peak value, it says peak value 6.24. Our 1 hour average is 4.54. But that 6.24, that's what I've been noticing as we've been here doing the inspection. I'll kind of come over and peek at this one, and it's stayed, mainly it was stayed above 5 to 6, and then it just more recently started dropping down. So first off, that shows you how radon levels will do this. 48 hours even is short for testing procedures. You really like to see long-term tests, which are 90 days or more, but yeah, real estate transactions are quick. You gotta have information quick, so that's another conversation. But all that to say, this device has started dropping down. It's in the 3.6 range, but that's still that kind of middle ground where the EPA says you should consider mitigation. But what's interesting about this one, and the reason I put this one here, was because the slab, the concrete slab under that bathtub is completely broken out. And with that slab broken out, you assume that more radon is going to be coming out of the ground. And sure enough, that's what's happened. Now this one currently, sorry, there's a glare, 3.49. So like I said, it started to drop back down currently, but this seems to be, out of all 4 devices, this is the one that read high pretty much the whole time until just recently, but it's even still kind of in that caution range. So it's interesting from a mitigation standpoint, mitigation strategies. Let's play it out and say this, our registered or our calibrated device, let's say it comes back high, on the higher side, and at that point we'll recommend mitigation. If that happens, this is valuable information for the mitigator to know, because if we know that the other monitors in those rooms are reading in the 2 range, we know that's lower, and then this one, over the course of the time that we've been here, has been higher, plus that big gaping hole in the slab. This is a point that needs to be, or an area that needs to be focused on, again, from a mitigation strategy. What should happen here, honestly, is the slab would get filled in. That needs to be covered up regardless. We don't want radon. We don't want any other soil gases. We don't want moisture as in form of vapor. We don't want any of that coming into our house. So at a bare minimum, fill that slab in. Now, it would be interesting to see if you filled the slab in and did a test right there beside that opening beforehand. Let's say you did a 2-day test right there, and then filled the slab in and then did a 2-day test after that. It'd be interesting to see the difference. But all of that to say, these are a cool feature of these eco trackers because they can break down specific areas of the home. They give real-time information, especially from mitigation standpoint. It's nice to use these because as you start mitigating, you're going to be able to see radon levels drop kind of real time. You know, if a mitigator's here for 5 or 6 hours and they put some of these out, if they get the system in on the first couple of hours, they start seeing radon levels drop in, you know, certain areas of the home. They can have a pretty good feeling that their system is working. Now, there's other tests that they're going to do. You're going to do pressure field extension testing to make sure that everything works correctly, but this is kind of another layer of testing that could be done during mitigation. So thought that was pretty interesting. Let me know what you think.